So on our mats, we will bring the knees nice and wide, so about mat distance if that works for you and your body, and then bring your toes toward one another. They do not need to touch. And go ahead and sit yourself down, walk your hands out nice and long, and drop your head. And once you get here, just start noticing your breath. And settling onto our mat this morning, starting to find that deep breath, deep and slow breath, and that focus, that singular focus on the body and the breath. Starting to lengthen your inhales and lengthen your exhales. See if you can let your arms relax into the mat. Maybe your elbows find the mat. Maybe your chest starts to get a little closer to the mat. Taking a few rounds of deep, slow breath here. Waking ourselves up. Noticing how you feel this morning. Doing a little inventory of the body. Are you stiff? Are you sore? Full of energy? Not full of energy? Just check in. And taking one more round of breath here. On your next inhale, gently lift the head, gently lift the torso slightly, and just walk the hands out to one side. Walking them out to one side, keeping the arms nice and outstretched, and then dropping the head once again. Starting to open up through the right side. Letting the torso be nice and heavy toward the ground, especially that right shoulder heavy toward the ground. Finding some length in the right side body as you breathe. You might start to kind of wiggle your right hand slightly farther away from the body if you want to find a little more length. One more round of breath here. On your next inhale, lift up slightly, gently walking through center, and then out to the other side, resting the head once again, settling the body back down. Really see if you can pull that left armpit, that left side body down a little closer to the mat. Maybe walk your left hand a little farther away, a little longer through that left side. It's up to you. See how you feel. And keep breathing. On your next inhale, lift up, come back through center here, hands forward. Drop the head for just a moment in your child's pose as before. Notice how you feel. Maybe you're able to sink the chest a little deeper. Maybe the hips feel a little bit more open now. Just notice. Maybe they don't. That's okay too. When you're ready, on an inhale, come up just slightly. Take your right hand and keeping the torso as it is, walk that right hand underneath you. Keep the gaze down at the mat. And then let the torso rest onto your right arm. Your left hand stays reaching forward. Your left armpit stays pulling down toward the mat. So our torso, our chest is as squared to the mat as we can make it. We're not twisting open to the side. Now once you get here, you can see how it feels to rotate the palm of the right hand upward. That might feel a little bit better. You can see what you like better, palm down, palm up, stretching through the outer right arm, through the shoulder a little bit, to the tricep, etc. The more pressure you put down into the arm, the more you're likely to feel it. You can rest the head. Something I will suggest is that as you inhale, see if you can lift up just slightly. So we're lifting the torso just slightly and pressing maybe the left hand just slightly. And then as you exhale, sink back in. So we're staying in the pose, we're just adding a little bit of movement here. So inhaling, coming out just slightly. Exhaling, sinking back down. This is something you can play with when you're doing stretches of any kind, adding a little bit of tension, and then sinking back in, relax. Good. Do it once more. Inhale. Exhale, sink down. You might notice it is easier now to sink into that arm or not. It's up to you. Maybe. Depends on you. And then inhale, bring that right arm back out. Child's pose. 2 arms reach forward. Drop the head. See how you feel. Notice what you notice. On your next inhale, lifting up just slightly, taking it on the other side. The left arm walks underneath you, crossing underneath the body, and then we rest the head, rest the torso. You can rotate that arm, palm up if that feels better. Try to avoid letting the shoulder really creep up toward the face, as you can see right now that I'm doing. If you can try to settle that shoulder blade, settle that shoulder down the back, creating a long neck. You'll probably feel it more in the outer arm. And breathe. Breathing in to rise up just a little. Exhale. Sinking in. If that felt good, otherwise, just holding. And take one more deep breath here. Inhale. Exhale, sink down. Inhale, slowly lifting up, releasing that left arm, reaching forward, child's pose, 2 arms, release that. Maybe roll the head a little side to side, massaging through the forehead. Beautiful. On an inhale, we're going to lift the head, we're going to lift the hips, come out of that child's pose. Walk the knees in slightly, table top. And then we're going to drop the elbows down. Drop the elbows. Make sure the elbows are right underneath your shoulders, so they're not wide. They're right under the shoulders. And if you look down at your forearms, they should be parallel to each other with the fingertips pointing forward. And then from here, one leg at a time, just straighten it out. Nothing fancy. Bring yourselves down to the mat. My goodness. Long everything. Can't avoid it. Things pose. Bring the legs together like you have one leg. And then from here, I want you to grip the mat with your hands and pull the hands toward the body without anything visibly moving, but we're pulling into the mat. And what happens when we do that is that the chest starts to pull forward, almost like we're trying to pull the chest forward between the arms. Look straight. Maybe lower the gaze slightly. Maybe you close the eyes. and pressing the legs into the ground, pressing the fronts of the hips into the ground as we pull with the arms. It's an active pose. Can be an active pose. Take another breath here. Pull the arms a little bit more. And then as you exhale, stack your hands, widen your elbows, drop your head. Release the legs a little. Wag your tail side to side. Take a breath. Inhale and exhale. Good. Lift your head. Bring your hands outside of your mat, about face height, fingertips down, tinted fingers. Good. From here, take a big inhale, wave up into your little baby wide cobra here. If you're confused, take a look up at me. Elbows will be bent and kind of pointing toward the sky. And then exhale, wave it back down. We're going to make this movement to breath to movement. So inhale, wave it on up, head is last. And then exhale, back down, head is last. Move with your breath. Inhale up. Exhale down. Make it as fluid as you can. Inhaling and exhaling. I'm going to do it one more time. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Inhale, come on up. Stay up. Stay up this time. Squeeze your upper back muscles as much as you can. And then lift your fingers. Hover your fingers. Tuck your chin slightly. You won't be able to come up as high as you might have before. But try to stay up as much as you can. Take another deep breath in. And exhale. Stay up. Inhale. Exhale. Put your fingertips back down. And then as you take an inhale, and as you exhale, we're going to dip the left shoulder, front of the shoulder, down to the mat, looking to the right. Okay, we'll take it a few times. We'll get the hang of it. Inhale through center. Exhale, dip the front of your right shoulder down to the mat. Gaze to the left. You should ideally feel this in the fronts of the shoulders, maybe a little bit in the chest. Stretch. Dip your other shoulder. Inhale and move at the pace of your inhales and exhales. If you like to hang out at the bottom for a second, hang out at the bottom for a second. Taking a couple more like this. Big inhale to come up, big exhale, long exhale to dip the shoulder down. We'll take one more either side. Beautiful. Come through center here. And then exhale, come on down. Bring the hands underneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes, but keep your knees down. All right, we're going to take a few little yoga narrow chaturanga push-ups here. So plant your hands, spread your fingers, pull your elbows together as much as you can. Good. Shoulders are down the back, neck is long. Take a big inhale here. Brace the belly, pull the belly in. And then as you exhale, press the ground away, keep the knees down. Come up, one flat plank body. Take a breath in here. Exhale, lower it back down. We're going to do two more. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, press the ground away. And then come on down. Last one here. Inhale. Exhale, press the ground away. Come into your tabletop pose. Walk the knees in, hands, wrists are under the shoulders, knees are under the hips. And then from here, walk the arms out really nice and long and drop your chest, puppy pose. Hips stay over the knees. If you feel like you are all of a sudden in child's pose again, take a second. Maybe look up at the video or look at yourself and make sure that your hips are directly over your knees. This is a really intense shoulder and chest opener and upper back too. If you don't feel that, first make sure you're in the right alignment, and then if you still don't feel it, look forward instead of letting the forehead come down to the mat. See if you can bring the chin to the mat. If you're still wanting more, come up on your tented fingers. Gives you more space to sink the chest beyond the arms. Wherever you are, take a giant breath in and a giant breath out. And this time, inhale, come out just slightly as we did before. A little bit of muscle tension. And then exhale, sink. A couple more times. Inhale, come up a little, press with the arms. Pull the belly in. Exhale, sink it down. Do one more. Inhale, come up a little. Exhale, sink down. Beautiful job. Take one more round of breath here. Big inhale, big exhale. On your inhale, very carefully, very slowly walk your hands in to a kind of a wide or a long tabletop. So rather than wrists under the shoulders, we've got wrists forward of the shoulders. Tuck your toes, pull your belly in, press the ground, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Shake out your head, walk out your dog, pedal out the feet. Stretching through the backs of the legs, finding our way into our downward facing dog. Your upper body might be a little tired, might be a little worked, you might feel it. How nice is it to feel the effects of the work you've done? Let your head hang. On your next inhale, take small steps with the hands. Walk yourself back to the feet. See how close you can get to the feet with your hands on the ground. Good. Make sure your feet are about hips distance apart, and then bend the knees so that your belly comes down to the thighs. Now from here, we're going to wrap the arms behind the legs, and we're going to cross the arms at the wrists, and then bring the palms of the hands to the fronts of the shins. If you're totally confused, I'm showing you, and I've turned so it's more clear. So we're going to wrap behind the legs, we're going to cross, and then we're going to bring the fronts, or the palms of the hands to the fronts of the shins. Now, if you don't make it all the way, that's totally fine. Wherever you are in that process, it's fine. If you got the legs hooked at all, drop the head. Either way, whether you're going to not, drop the head. And then start to straighten the legs a little, and then from here, press the hands. Use the hands to broaden your upper back. You can think about pulling against the arm, pulling the arms against the legs to create that tension to broaden the back. I hope that makes sense. Pulling against the legs. Pulling apart against the legs. Drop the head. Wherever you are, drop the head. And breathe. Take a deep breath. One more round of breath here. Inhale. Exhale, release your hands. Walk your arms back out. Find your downward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Drop the head. On an inhale, reach your right leg up high. Three-legged dog. Exhale, big step forward. Plant the foot between the hands and turn your back heel down. Good. Bend your front knee nice and deeply. On an inhale, come up, warrior two. Keep the bend in the knee. Good. Arms out wide. Gaze over your right hand, your right middle finger. Drop the shoulders. Make the neck long. On your next inhale, straighten your right leg. Reach your right arm up and around. Reach for your left ear. Drop your left hand down to the left leg. And then see if you can bring that right elbow up and back and find as much space as you can through the right side body as you lean back. Take another deep breath in here. As you exhale, come back to your warrior two. Bend your right knee, widen out the hands again, gaze forward. We're gonna move in and out. Take a big breath in here to prepare. And exhale to sink a little deeper. Inhale, straighten your right leg, reach your right arm up and over for that left ear, and see how far back you can point that elbow. Good, come back to your warrior two, sink down. Exhale. Inhale, reach, elbow nice and high up, stretching through that right side. And then exhale, warrior two. Let's do it one more time. Big inhale, reach. Exhale, warrior two, and then cartwheel the arms down. Frame your right foot. Step it back, downward facing dog. Walk it out. Find your breath. On your next inhale, reach your left leg high. Point the toe. Draw that left hip down just slightly. Hips are square. When you're ready, big step forward. Plant your left foot between the hands. Drop your back heel down. Bend your right knee nice and deeply. Big inhale, warrior two. Keep the bend in that left leg. Draw the shoulders down, draw the rib cage in just slightly, reach nice and wide. One more deep breath in here. Exhale, sink a little deeper. On your next inhale, reach up, reach for your right ear, elbow to the sky, right hand down to the right leg and straighten your leg. I almost made it harder for you guys on this side. When you're ready, come back to your warrior two. Inhale, straighten your left leg first, reach your left arm up, reach for the opposite ear, elbow high. And then exhale, settle back and move with your breath. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, warrior two, last one here. Inhale, reach. Exhale, sink it down, and then cartwheel the hands. Two hands down, step it back, warrior. Downward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Drop the head. Take a breath in and a breath out. On your next inhale, walk your hands all the way back to the legs. See how many steps you can take with your hands. All the way back. Bend the knees nice and deeply. This time, reach your hands behind your back, either for opposite hands, so clasp, or opposite elbows if you have limiting shoulder mobility, which I do. So if you clasp the hands, pull the elbows together and then start to draw the clasp hands away from you and maybe over the head. If that's too much and doesn't feel good, you can grab opposite elbows and then pull the shoulders apart from each other and drop the head. You can shift a little side to side here. You can even straighten one leg and then straighten the other, stretching through the IT band, the outer edge of the leg. Find what feels good. Coming back to center here. Release your arms, release your clasp, whatever it may be. Now from here, depending on where you are on your mat, walk forward just a little bit so that you have enough space, and then go ahead and find a seat. I'm going to turn just so I can face you. Once you find your seat, I want you to bring the soles of your soles of your feet together and create a nice wide bound ankle pose. You might also know this as a butterfly pose. Your knees do not need to touch the ground. In fact, they probably won't. but make it wide so that if you look down, you've got like a square of blank space that your legs are making. Now from here, you can stay right here. If you'd like a little more and a little more stretching of the upper back, reach your arms, your forearms, and your hands underneath your legs. You might need to lift your legs a little to get into it. So palms are going to be down. Forearms and kind of elbow creases are going to lock into the knee creases, the legs. And then from here, let the legs be really nice and heavy. And then once you've done that, pull yourself down using your arm against your legs. And the same effect here when we pull against the legs with the arms, we can create that rounding of the back and that stretching as a result of the upper back, of the spine. I know it's your morning, so go gently. Maybe it feels good to come in and out a little bit here once again. Settling, coming out a little bit, and then settling back down. If the arms under the legs is just not an option, hands can come to the shins or to the legs at some point, and you can just sit nice and tall and let the hips open and just breathe. Wherever you are, breathe deeply. We'll be here for another round of breath. On your next inhale, start to disentangle yourself if you've got your arms under the legs. Bring the hands back behind you. Well, before that, if you'd like, use your arms to bring the knees together and widen the feet. And then bring the hands back behind you. Let the knees fall over to one side. And then let them fall to the other side. Take it a few times. Windshield wiping the legs, side to side. And when you're ready, we'll come back to center. Finding a comfortable seat, cross-legged, legs out in front of you, whatever feels good. Bring the hands to the tops of the legs somewhere. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. I don't know if we talked about this last week or if there even was a last week with this class, but recently in a class I taught, we talked about the wall, the imaginary wall behind you. So if you can imagine that you are sitting against a wall and your lower back is touching the wall, but so is your mid-back, and so are your shoulder blades, and even like the backs of the shoulders, right? Your rear delts of the shoulders. We're broadening the chest a little bit. And the neck, as much as you can, and the back of the head. They're all leaning up against the wall as we sit. It might be kind of hard to sit like this. It's good to practice it. It's good to do it. We do not sit this upright very often. And take a couple of breaths here, sitting nice and tall. Feel what it feels like. Let the arms be nice and heavy. And let the face relax. Let the jaw relax. That point between your eyebrows. Let your forehead relax. And close practice with a big breath in and out all together. We'll breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. When you are ready, inhale and exhale.